Rhode Island.
Well, the emotional toll of living during a pandemic is hard on all of us, but for some, it is truly overwhelming. Some people are cutting themselves off from society to avoid getting sick. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Patricia Del Rio has more on pandemic paranoia.
Since the coronavirus outbreak, there are people who have shut themselves in their homes. They haven't gone outside. They haven't sent their kids to school or on play dates, and not because of health problems, but because of fear. We talked to a psychologist with Hartford Healthcare who sees more and more of this in her practice, and she's coined a name for it: pandemic paranoia.
Paranoia or pandemic paranoia is not an official diagnosis, but what we have are, we have social anxiety, we have generalized anxiety, we have panic disorder, we have other diagnoses. My concern is that this global pandemic and the information overload that comes with it is fueling underlying anxiety disorders.
Dr. Laura Saunders is Assistant Director of Psychology at the Institute of Living in Hartford. She says her patients are open about this issue.
And what they explain to me is that these are individuals who are restricting at the level as if it's still mid-March. They are not leaving their homes. They're shopping online. They're not allowing their children out to play. They're keeping their kids out of school, even when there are hybrid options.
Dr. Saunders says this can do particular emotional damage to kids.
And that was gravely concerning to me, not just for the adults, but in particular for the children, because what you're doing then is really fueling a lot of paranoia, isolation, and unnecessary anxiety.
She says children are resilient, but we can't restrict their development.
One of the hugest developmental tasks of children and adolescents is social development, their social emotional development. So when you lack opportunities to connect with other people, it hinders your social and emotional development.
Saunders says it's important to be self-reflective.
I would really look at, try to take an open look at your own circumstances and the circumstances of the people around you, right? If you don't have a pre-existing condition, if you don't have a particular situation that would mean that you needed to isolate, for the most part, look at people around you. Are you isolating to a far greater degree than the people around you? And if so, why?
Dr. Saunders says when we become gripped with fear, we instinctually resort to the most restrictive measures like shutting ourselves in. But seeking professional help and understanding the negative impact this can have on our kids is a step toward working through it. In Hartford, Patricia Del Rio, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Patricia, thank you.